Okay, so I'm not a native English speaker, so please bear with me. Um, I hope you will still understand what I'm saying and that you will still learn something from this live cast. So today we're going to talk about these topics. We're going to start off with talking about the trailing stop code of our algos. We have had some questions about this the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to show you the formula for the trailing stop and also show you how you could display the trailing stop level in your chart. Next, we're going to go through the results of the week. It has been a good week, and we are above the projections for the week. And we're going to end with answering any of your questions. So please write in the chat if you have some questions that you would like me to answer. Okay, so this is the formula. This is the trailing stop formula that we use for all our algos. The x and y value in the formula is specific for every algo, but the code is actually the same. Okay, so it's a good practice to have a trailing stop that's relative to the current volatility of the market. That's why we calculate this volatility value. This value is then multiplied with the x value, which is specific for every algo. So it's actually a pretty simple formula. If the trail value is bigger than the last bar close minus the entry level of the trade, then we move up the stop loss. And the stop loss will then be set to the last bar close minus the trail value. Okay, so I will now show you a way to display the trailing stop level in a backtest or in the chart of your Pro Real-Time software. Okay, so here's the Nasdaq M2 algo in a backtest. I was thinking we could look at the last trade here on Thursday. So it could be interesting for you to see how the trailing stop behaved even in hindsight, and it could also be interesting for you to see how far the trailing stop is in a current trade. Okay, so to do this I have to add some code to the system. I will publish this code later on Twitter for you to add to your own systems. It's a very small code here. Okay, so the black line here is the entry level of the trade. The red line is the stop loss level. So when the red line crosses the black line here, that's when the trailing stop has started. Before this happens, the stop loss of the algo will be set to the original starting stop loss. So the stop loss will be down here until it crosses the black line over here. So this part here is not the stop loss. But it's interesting to see how far this trade is from starting to trail the stop loss. Okay, so let's say that you're actually monitoring this trade on Thursday, and you see that the stop loss level is getting closer and closer to the trade price. It's actually not started trailing here, as you can see. If I zoom in a little bit more, you can see that the red line is still below the black line. So it has not trailed until here. Yeah. So when the line has crossed, you can follow the stop loss level until the end of the trade, which was on Friday, I think, over here. Yeah. So as you can see here, this is the trailing stop. It trails all the way up here. Then it's flat since this is not going upwards. And over here is the exit. Okay, so that's it about the trailing stop. Let's go through this week's results. Okay, so here is the results of the week. The account is currently at 5523 euros. The projected equity is 5397. So we're about 130 euros ahead of the projections. We're almost at the next week's projected equity, so it's a good week for us. The weekly gain required to reach the million goal is 2.58%, and so far we have made 10.46%. So that's 10.46% in 3 weeks. So that's kind of amazing, actually. Here's the projected curve, a 12-month curve. We're above the projections here, as you see. Let's zoom into 26 weeks. I think this curve is yeah. Okay, so we started here at 5,000 euros. Then we had a good week to 5,210 euros. We had still a positive week, but we was below the projections last week, and then this week we got above the projections again. So I think this is how the equity curve will look. It will be something like this. It might be even more volatile. So yeah, we will be below projections and above, and we will see stuff like this. So here are all the trades for the week. I'm going to go through all of them in the pro read time as well. So this is all the trades for the Marco Making the Million account. There was, I think, 2 trades on Friday that was cancelled or rejected due to insufficient funds on the account. I think we had about 6 or 7 concurrent trades or concurrent positions. So that's why we don't have the safety margin to open 2 new positions. So actually we could upgrade our account to a professional account, and we will not be bothered by security margins. But this challenge in some ways also is also a way to show you that it's possible to reach the million goal without being a professional trader. So I mean, we want to have the same conditions and prerequisites that our customers have. So a professional account would require a capital of I think it's 500,000 euros. So it's not really possible for many of our customers. Okay, so let's go to Pro Real Time. And let's go through the algos quickly. So as I mentioned earlier, there were 2 trades that are missing on this account since we had insufficient funds. One of the trades was a short trade on the DAX M3 algo. I think that was actually a winner. And then we had a FTSE M30 trade on Friday that was cancelled due to the same reason. So let's check these 2 later and go through the other algos first. Okay, FTSEM5. Let's see. This is the first week of this algo. It made a winner on Tuesday, about 7 points or something like that. And then it's in an ongoing trade here. So yeah, let's see what happens. DAX H4. It's in a short trade. Let's see if it has locked in the profit. Yep, so trailing is locked here. We could actually check when we could, with the code that I just showed you earlier. We could check this trade. So I will add the same code here. Okay, let's see. So many lines here. Okay, yeah. So here's the red line, and the black line is actually below the blue line here, so it's not easily to see. But what you can see is that it trailed. They started trailing on this bar here. It was not really a good example. We could check another one. Okay, Dow H4. No trades this week. DAX M2. Okay, a really good week for DAX M2. It was 3 actually kind of a big winners here. Okay, let's check this one with the trailing code that I gave you. Let's check the last trade and see if when the trailing starts trailing. So okay, so it was a short trade. The entry is here. Here's the black line. So okay, let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so here's the entry. This is the black line, and here's the trailing stop. Here's the original stop loss level. So the original stop loss level, as I mentioned earlier, is at this level until the red line crosses the black line over here. So at this bar here, or at the end of this bar, at the start of this bar, is the trailing moved up to this level. So okay, a good week for DAX M2. DAX M30. Let's see, 2 trades on DAX M30, 2 winners. This is actually a kind of a big one. It's total. I'm running 1 contract. It's about 107 points this week for DAX M30. CAC M5. Three winners. So that's good. 1 short trade and 2 long trades. I'm happy with that. CAC M30. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? Okay, so a short trade here on Tuesday that reversed into a long trade here and then ended in a stop loss over here. So CAC M30 had a bad week. It was actually 2 losers, not a full losing here, but still. US 130. one winner for this week. Yeah, not a big one. Around 20 points. Nasdaq M2. Okay, so we have one trade here that opened on Friday that ended on Tuesday this week, and then it entered again just like 1 hour later and made another winner, and then a third winner on Thursday that ended on Friday. So 3 wins for Nasdaq M2. Dow H1 has still not made any trades. Dow M5. Okay, so this trade is still ongoing. It's a trade from August 13th, and it's still in position. So this is actually the case for, I think, the SP 500 market as well. It's been in some kind of low volatility range here. It's just, let's see how big it is. Sorry. So the range is about 600 points here since August 11th. So so let's hope for a breakout upwards. Okay, so that was all the algos. So that was it for today. Okay, I don't see that we have any questions, so let's end the stream for today. Have a good week and talk to you again next Sunday.